So my goal of reading 200 books this year is fading fast. So if you guys know of any good pamphlets that I can read, ideally under 12 pages to put me back on track, that would be fantastic. I will say though that the speed at which I ripped through this one, and it's called Crypto Confidential by Nat Eliason. The speed at which I ripped through this one put me back on track a little bit for 200 books. It was the 45th book that I've read so far this year, and my 1295th ever since I started counting way back in 2014. But Crypto Confidential, it is a wild ride through the minefield of crypto speculation and NFTs and that whole market and that whole circus, really. And the subtitle of this one really captures it: "Winning and Losing Millions in the New Frontier of Finance." And this one is exactly as advertised. A lot of it takes place in 2021, when Nat himself was just kind of getting into it. And, he, like, in the course of the book, and this is all true stories, it's verifiable on the blockchain, that he lost, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars in, like, a single night and then gained it all back by morning. And, which is really kind of intense when you think of, plenty of people have, lost tremendous amounts of money all at once, and lots of people have made tremendous amounts of money all at once, but to go up and down and up and down, it's really kind of a wild story. And he's such a fantastic writer, and in preparation for this, he spent a really long time improving on the craft of writing, like really improving himself as a writer to get ready to write a book like this. And so there are non-fiction elements, and you're kind of he explains how crypto works, how NFTs, a lot of basic stuff and a little bit more advanced concepts as well. But a lot of it reads like a novel. He's the main character of this thing, while never coming across as obnoxious or anything. Nothing like that. But he's definitely the main character of this book, and it's compulsively readable. So, and like I said, I ripped through this one. I read the last 100 pages without getting up from my chair. And the last time that happened, two times that happened actually. One was with The Count of Monte Cristo, one of my favorite novels of all time. But the other, another really good novel by Blake Crouch called Dark Matter, which is a whole TV series now. And it was like that with his book too. Just, I did not get up, like, at all. And two more books that I just finished recently, and then I'll tell you about the ones that I just bought. But first is this one. It's called Dude, Where's My Car-tharsis by Phil Stark. And so he wrote the screenplay for Dude, Where's My Car, the Ashton Kutcher movie. And so he is a licensed therapist, and that's what he's like. That's his main career now. And so he wrote a book that's off his takeoff on the title, Dude, Where's My Car-tharsis. I thought it was pretty funny, and I'm still finishing up my notes for this one, but it's really a wonderful book. And I think I mentioned in a previous video how I love his use of metaphor, and like he'll liken depression to quicksand and things like that. There's a chapter on addictions where he talks about the planets of addiction. So you kind of picture, going through life as in like traveling on a spaceship, and there are all these planets you can visit that represent your addictions, right? And the gravity, like the pull of some of these planets are, they affect different people differently, right? So like some people have no problem with gambling. They can go to a casino once or like a couple of times and they'll be fine. They can visit that planet and not be, not have it ruin their life. But some people, it's just something about casinos or video games or smoking. Like they cannot visit that planet because the gravity is just too strong for them, and they'll really struggle to escape. And I thought that was just a fantastic way of putting it. And that's just one of some of the really cool metaphors that he offers. And so I really love that one. And then my friend William Mulligan, he wrote his first book, and it came out a few months ago. It's called The Everyday Stoic. And it's just like a conversational look into a very practical philosophy that made a really a profound difference to his life and mine too. Like he and I have read all the same books, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, Epictetus, like the main Stoic guys. He goes to some of the other influential Stoics as well that are maybe less known, but there's so many fantastic just lessons and ideas just all throughout this book. I really enjoyed it. And I'll just go rapid fire into the books that I just bought. So we've got Robin Sharma's latest, The Wealth Money Can't Buy. I just started this one. I'm really liking it. And then Marcus Collius, he wrote Play a Bigger Game. And I actually just started reading this one today as well. It's really good. And then also we've got Who is Max Lewis by Max Lewis. And also, we've got Chill Out and Cheer Up by Grace Grossman. And I haven't started this one yet, but I just bought it. And she's a wonderful person. And we both follow each other on Instagram. She's really, really cool. So looking forward to this one as well. And then finally, this book has cast such a big shadow over my life for the last couple of months. And I'm really enjoying it, but it's just taking me a long, long time to read it. It's Don Quixote, Cervantes classic, like one of the first, the first modern novel. It's phenomenal. It's so good. And, like the jokes are still funny 400 years later. So like it's objectively, like it's a fantastic read. It's just taking me 400 years to actually read it. But hey, I'll still crack 100 books this year. It's just 200 is kind of, it's a lot. I think there are 171 days left in the year, and then I have to read 155 books to reach my goal. I mean, not impossible, but I run a business as well. Now, I mean, my business is talking about books, but still. And actually, speaking of business, I have gone big into personal branding, and like that's the direction that I've taken my business because I know that like that's where the future is headed. If you're not building like a strong, persuasive personal brand in 2024, like you're just not gonna make it. Which is why I've started my private business mastermind called The Competitive Advantage. It's the first link in the description, and that's my private coaching community where I take you from where you are to adding at least, like bare minimum, $1,000 a month to your personal brand, your business revenue in less than 90 days, or I will work with you for free until you reach that number. Personally, I've brought several income streams in my business up to $1,000 a month and even more. And so I've done this again and again and again. So it's a repeatable process that you can follow. Like there are steps you can take. You just need to know what they are, and you need support and guidance. And basically, that's what I offer inside the group. So there are 38 of us already, but you'll definitely get some personal individual attention from me as well. And so if you want to join the Competitive Advantage, it's the first link in the description. And because I can't help myself, here are two more book recommendations. One is a book breakdown that I'm working on right now. So that's all my notes and takeaways, all the key ideas from the book, and I distill all of them into one complete book breakdown. And so the one that's finished already is called 10x is Easier Than 2x by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And I've read several of his books, and I always come back with pages and pages of notes. And so this one is how to radically transform your business, like achieve 10x growth and results, not by doing more, but by doing less better. So it's a phenomenal book. And then the breakdown that I'm working on right now, it's another excellent one by John C. Maxwell. It's called Success is a Choice. I've read probably a dozen of his books over the years, and he's just been a tremendously positive influence on me. So the book is excellent. It's short. It's like less than 200 pages, but again, I took pages and pages of notes, and so that breakdown will be available soon, and maybe by the time you watch this video. So if it is, it'll be down in the video description. And even if not, the breakdown for 10x is easier than 2x. That is all finished, and that's down in the description as well. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
FaceTime, go I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable.